Keep it short. Ted Sorensen used to work for John Kennedy. He said, if you've got a paragraph and it can be expressed in a sentence, put it in a sentence. If the sentence can be shortened, take it down 3 or 4 words. If you can get away with 1 syllable instead of 2 syllables, do that. For a long, long time, people used to use Aristotle as the master teacher and wrote a book. He wrote a book about rhetoric. And I try to tell students at the Kennedy School, look, go back to Aristotle if you're thinking about how to write a speech or even an op-ed piece. And Aristotle said there are 3 things. There's ethos, pathos, and logos. Okay, so ethos is about who you are. So why should I listen to you? You got to give me a little bit of information about what your experience is for me to listen to you. Otherwise, you're just mouthing off. Logos is the logic of a speech, and that's what's really critical. Peggy Noonan, who wrote a lot of Reagan speeches, would argue everybody's looking for one-liners, and that what you really want to do is look for logos. Get the logic of your message down. Here's the danger we face as a country with climate change. Here are 3 options of what we can do. Here's the option we need to take. But walk people through on the logic. The pathos is appealing to people's emotions, and the speech needs to do that too. The best order frequently is to have a little pathos up front, have a little bit of emotion up front as you get clear in your throat and getting rolling, and a little ethos up front. Make the bulk of your speech about your arguments, your logos, but at the end, save time for an emotional closing. You want to apply the pathos. You want to get people up and running, and what do you want people to do when they leave the room? Do you want them to keep remembering the speech and go out and act, or do you want them to think? You got to ask yourself what purpose is, but if it's acting, it's especially important to give them a sense of hope and to give them a charge. Let's go out of here and win this thing. You can see that with, say, the Parkland kids on school guns. You can see that with other people like Malala and others around the world. Those kinds of instincts everybody has. And what you find is, in most cases, if any one of us is asked to give a speech, we can do a reasonably good job. But if you really want to give a good speech, a memorable speech, then you got to work at it. It's worth remembering that when Winston Churchill was going to appear in Parliament, who was by far and away the best English-speaking person of the 20th century, he would spend as many as 12 hours preparing for a speech in Parliament. He'd spend, basically an hour a sentence or so. It was incredible how much time he spent doing it, but it worked.